for fire supervision. If we go over here and go up and down, well, this value is a 0 for no supervision, a 1 for normal supervision, or a 2 for, or 3 for fire supervision. And we'll back up from that and go to the next option. And on the CADX receivers, when you open up their little manual for each transmitter, there'll be it will explain what option 1 and option 2 will do. This will vary from transmitter to transmitter. So in this case, this is a yes/no answer here by going in 0 for no, 1 for yes, or toggle it with the 2 through 9 keys. We'll back up from that. This is setting option 1, and this is setting option 2. And our next option is the Keyfob User ID. It's, if this is a Keyfob zone, then this would set the user ID that Keyfob would transmit to the central station, or would be logged away with. And our next option, that wraps us back around. So now we've finished the transmitter setup. Now if you had multiple wireless zones, you would go through all those wireless zones and set up their options. An easier way to do it is use the ELK-RP for that setup. And we go to our next option. This is where we can manually learn the transmitter. Through ELK-RP, you can actually type in the transmitter ID number, and it will automatically be learned into the system. But here we can manually do it. If we hit the right arrow key, we select which zone that we're going to learn into the system. In this case, it would be zone 17. That's what the transmitter that we will learn. Hit the right arrow key.
Receiver program invalid.
In this case, we don't have a receiver connected on my example here, so the system told us that the receiver program was invalid. If we do have a receiver connected, at this point it will tell us to push the transmitter button, and by just activating the generally the tamper button on the transmitters, it will automatically be learned into the system. If the transmitter has already been learned into the system and you're trying to learn it a second time into another zone, you will get an error that it cannot be learned in. So we'll back up here, and here again you go through all the transmitter zones to learn. And we'll back up again. Our next option here is the Keyfob event definition. If you have a Keyfob, or one of the little radio transmitters with push buttons on it that you carry on a key ring, this is where you would define what the buttons would do. In this case, we would define key number 1 on the Keyfob. It's defaulted here to a key momentary arm away. If we move over, we can go up and down our selections here and select what we want that button to do into our system. Like if we program in a 0010, then by pressing that button we could set off the fire alarm. And if we back out of that and we go up to the next key, you can define up to 8 keys on the CADX Keyfobs. Generally you'll only be using 4 on the Keyfobs, but through some programming you can access the upper 4 keys. So but here we can go up through all 8 keys that potentially could be accessed on the system. And we back out of that, and that'll bring us back around to the receiver setup. So this completes the menu 14 wireless definitions. And I would suggest that you read in the installation manual under the menu 14 wireless definitions, where it describes the hookup cables and some of the other detailed features about the CADX wireless that you will probably need to know. when you're hooking up a CADX wireless to the M1.